baba. Urusirele Monghadi Messiah. Ori Messiah baba. Selamo yo halalela.
Shalom, shalom, shalom. Welcome to today's episode of Daily Tonic in the Word. And I remain your brother and your host, Daniel Flesalayo Yashorala. On today, we are actually going into the second phase, which is the book of Bere'shiyth, chapter 5 to verse 8. And it says, "This is the sefer of the generations of Adam, in the day that Elohim created him. And in the likeness of Elohim made he him. Male and female created he them, and blessed them, and called their name Adam. In the day when they were created, and Adam lived 130 years, and he begat a son in his own likeness, after his image, and called his name Shet." Now, what I want you to pick from this is, look at the age at which Adam was able to give birth to another son to replace the one that Cain killed, which is actually Abel. He gave birth to Shet at the age of 130. To tell you that it wasn't that it was when he was young, it wasn't, maybe it was in his 40s that the incident of Cain and Abel happened. Let's keep shooting. And the days of Adam after he begat Shet was 800 years, and he begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Adam lived 930 years, and he died. Now here is it. Imagine if Adam never fell. Imagine if his wife, that Shual, which they call Eve, imagine if she never fell for the trick of the serpent, the beast, that came to deceive her to eat and disobey Yahuwah by eating of that fruit of the tree which they were asked not to eat. Imagine if you never ate from that tree. Imagine how long you will actually be living today. If Adam can live about 930 years before he died, how much more? But today we are in a world whereby the maximum that anybody can live is past the age of 100. Whoever even live past the age of 100 actually is trying. Men actually live to the age of 70 and they die, according to the lifespan that science gave to humanity. The lifespan of mankind is 70 years and they die. If Adam can live 930 years before he died, imagine if they never fail for that temptation. Let's keep reading. And Shet lived 155 years and begat Enos. And Shet lived after he begat Enos 807 years and begat sons and daughters. Now look at it here. Though at some point, if you look at the age they gave birth to their children here, it's quite late. But there's also advantage in it. If Shet, not the one they call in America Shet, no, Shet, could give birth to his own child at the age of 105 years. Though at some point, I'll call it like a delay in giving birth. I'll call it a delay in marriage. But the thing is, you observe that despite how old he was able to give birth to children. That's to tell you, and also to encourage all our acts and our coaches out there. Don't look at how old you are. that you are yet to give birth to a child. Age is just a number. Yahweh got plans for you. He never has plan for you to be barren all your life. You don't look at your age that because you're 50, you haven't have a child yet. Forget about it. Yahuwah actually, he definitely at one day give a child of your own. Don't lose hope. Let's keep pressing on. And Enosh lived 90 years and begat Canaan. And begat, Canaan, Canaan. And Enos lived and he begat Enoch and Canaan 850 years and begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Enosh was 905 years, and he died. And Canaan lived 70 years and begat Mahalalel. And Canaan lived after he begat Mahalalel 840 years and begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Canaan was 910 years, and he died. And Mahalalel lived 65 years and begat Jared. And Mahalalel lived after he begat Jared 830 years and begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Mahalalel were 895 years. Were 895 years, and he died. And Jared lived 60 and 2 years and begat Shanok. And Jared lived after he begat Shanok 800 years and begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Jared were lived 960 and 2 years, and he died. And Shanok lived 65 years and begat Methuselah. And Shanok walked with Elohim after he begat Methuselah 300 years and begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Shanok were 365 years. And Shanok walked with Elohim, and he was not, for Elohim took him. And Methuselah lived 187 years and begat Lamech. Do you observe that even Shanok, who they call Enoch, that walked with Yahuwah as well, he still lived 300 years. He lived 365 years before he was able to translate with Yahuwah. Look at the longevity of life back then. Methuselah lived 187 years and begat Lamech. And Methuselah lived after he begat Lamech 702 years, and he died. And Lamech lived 182 and begat a son. Sorry, pardon me. Verse 27. And the days of Methuselah were 969 years, and he died. 969 years. Wow. That is just a year to becoming 970 years. Wow. And Lamech lived 182 years and begat a son. And he called the son Noah, saying, this same shall comfort us concerning our works and toil of our hands, because of the ground which Yahuwah has caused. Do you observe that despite the fact that the ground was caused for the sake of Adam, yet all his descendants were living such long years? Which means they work on the field, they work as cattle rearers, they work as farmers, but yet they still lived long. Wow. Wow. Let's press on. Verse 30. And Lamech lived and begat, after he begat Noah, 595 years and begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Lamech were 777 years, and he died. And Noah was 500 years old, and Noah begat Sham, and Japheth. Don't get it twisted that Sham is not the same as Shem. Shem was actually the progenitor of the descendants of Yasharel, while Sham is whom we know as Ham today. Chapter 6. And it came to pass, when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and the daughters were born unto them, and the sons of Elohim saw the daughters of men that were fair, and they took them women of all which they chose. And Yahuwah said, my ruach shall not always strive with men, for that he also is flesh, yet his days shall be 120. And there were Nephilims in the earth in those days, who also gathered afterwards, when the sons of Elohim came in unto the daughters of men, and they bore children unto them, and the same became warrior and tyrants, which were from everlasting mortal of the name. Can you see that? This actually is going into the Nephilims, the generations of the giants that we have. Why actually did that happen? Because the sons of Elohim, which we call angels, they chose to keep looking down. Because don't get it twisted, don't think that in the heavens we all have only good ruach. We also have the bad ruach too. That was why in the latter chapters we'll get to a place where Yahuwah want the king of Yasharel to perish. He said they discussed to the left and discussed to the right, but one ruach came and said, I shall be a lying tongue in the mouth of all his prophets. That's a proof to you all that truly there's not only good ruach in the heavens, in the Shemaims. We have evil ruachs as well, who are actually meant to be the reward to those that disobey Yahuwah, so that they can come to torment such people. But these same evil ruach were the one that lost after the daughters of men and came down here to get themselves mixed up with the daughters of men, and they end up bearing children. And their children actually took after their fathers, those evil ruach who came to lay with the daughters of men to beget children, and they gave birth to giants, the Nephilims, who end up becoming tyrants. Let's press further. And Yahuwah saw the wickedness of men was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. And Yahuwah repented that he made man on earth, and it grieved him at his heart. And Yahuwah said, I will destroy man whom I have created from the face of the earth, both man and beast, and the creeping things, and the fowls of the air, and I repent that I have made them. But Noah found found grace in the eyes of Yahuwah. And these are the generations of Noah. Noah was a just man and perfect in his generation. And Noah walked with Elohim. And Noah begat 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Now, in that verse 9, it said Noah was a just man and perfect in his generation. Now, what actually made Noah? What made Noah perfect? Let us check what it means by perfect. Let's get the precept to prove what it means to be, why they said Noah was perfect. Psalms 19 verse 7, and it says, the law of Yahuwah is perfect. The law of Yahuwah is perfect, converting the soul. The testimony of Yahuwah is sure, making wise the simple. Which means for Noah to be called a perfect man was because he was obeying the law of Yahuwah. He was obeying every word that Yahuwah gave to him.
For sponsorship and advert placement, please call or WhatsApp this number +234 811 731 0928.
Welcome back from that short commercial break. So let's get back to the word. We are at Bere'shiyth chapter 6, and we are at verse 10. And Noah begat 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. And the earth was corrupt before Elohim, and the earth was filled with violence. And Elohim looked upon the earth, and behold, it was corrupt. For all flesh had corrupted his way upon the earth. Elohim said unto Noah, the end of all flesh is come before me, for the earth is filled with violence through them. And behold, I will destroy them with the earth. Make you an ark of gopher wood. Rooms shall you make in the ark, and shall pitch it within and without with pitch. And this is the fashion which you shall make it of. The length of the ark shall be 300 cubits. The breadth of it shall of it 50 cubits, and the height is of 30 cubits. The window shall you make to the ark, and in a cubit shall you finish it above. And the door of the ark you shall set in the side thereof. Its side thereof with lower, second, and third story shall you make it. And behold, even I do bring a flood of water upon the earth to destroy all flesh, wherein is the breath of life from under heaven, and everything that is in the earth shall die. Wow. So Yahuwah himself is the mastercraft of all creation. He gave him what to make. He told him the exact wood that he will use. He gave me the measurement of the ark is going to build. He even gave me the measurement of the window, where the window would be, where the door will be, how the door will be positioned. Wow! So that means the white man that claimed to say that they invented or create things, it has proven that truly they are all lies. Yahuwah himself is the master planner, is the master craft that can create things and has been creating things with exact and perfect measurement. Let's keep rolling. Now we are in verse 7. We are in verse 18. But with you will I establish my covenant, and you shall continue, and you shall come into the ark, you and your sons, and your woman, and your sons' women with you, and of every living thing of all flesh, 2 of every sort shall you bring into the ark, to keep them alive with you, and they shall be male and female, and of fowls of their kind, and of cattle after their kind, and of every creeping things of the earth after his kind. 2 of every sort shall come unto you, to keep them alive, and take you of all food that is eaten, and you shall gather it to you, and it shall be for food for you and for them. Thus did Noah, according to all that Elohim commanded him, so did he. Why did Yahuwah said to Noah that take in all these animals, the fowls of the earth, the creeping things upon the earth, the cattle after their kind, and the beast? He never said the animals that are in the waters. To prove to you that truly he actually did that, so that he can allow the people, the humans on earth, to become prey for the beasts and the animals in the sea, so that they can feast on them, because they are all stiff-necked. Remember, if any human should actually drown in the waters, we all know that after some hours, their corpse will float upon the waters. But on this case, actually, he had prepared animals to feast on all humans in the waters. That's why I never asked Noah to take the animals from the waters into the ark. Hallelujah. Let's keep reading. Chapter 7. And Yahuwah said unto Noah, come, you and all your house, into the ark, for you have I seen righteous before me in this generation. Of every clean beast you shall take to you by 7, and the male and the female, and of the beasts that are not clean by 2, the male and his female. Of the fowls of the air by 7, the male and the female, to keep seed alive upon the face of all the earth, for yet 7 days, and I will cause it to rain upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights. And every living substance that I have made will I destroy off the face of the earth. And Noah did according unto all that Yahuwah commanded him. And Noah was 700 years old when the flood of waters were upon the face of the earth. And Noah went in, and the sons and his woman and his sons' women with him into the ark, because of the waters of the flood. Of clean beasts and of beasts that are not clean, and of fowls, and of everything that creeps upon the earth, there went in two and two unto Noah into the ark, and the male and the female, as Elohim had commanded Noah. And that's my daughter. And it came to pass after 7 days that the waters of the flood was upon the earth, in the 600th year of Noah's life, in the 2nd month, in the 17th day of the month, and the same day were all the fountains of the great deep broken up, and the windows of the heaven were opened, and the rain was upon the earth for 40 days and 40 nights. And in the self same day entered Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, and the sons of Noah, and Noah's woman, and the three women of Noah, of the sons with them, into the ark. They and every beast after his kind, and all the cattle after their kinds, and every creeping things that creeps upon the earth after his kind, and every fowls after his kind, every bird of every sort. And they went in unto Noah into the ark, two and two of all flesh, wherein is the breath of life. And they that went in male and female of all flesh, as Elohim had commanded him, and Yahuwah shut him in. And the flood was 40 days and 40 nights. Was 40 days upon the earth, and the waters increased and bore up the ark, and it was lifted up above the earth. And the waters prevailed, and were increased greatly upon the earth, and the ark was upon the face of the waters. And the water prevailed exceedingly upon the earth, and all the hills and all the high hills that there were under the whole heaven were covered. And the waters prevailed exceedingly upon the earth. Verse 20. 15 cubits upward did the waters prevail, and the mountains were covered. Verse 21. And all flesh died that moved upon the earth, both of fowls and of cattle and of beasts and of creeping things that creeps upon the earth, and every man all in whose nostril was the breath of life, of all that was in the dry land died. 23. And every living substance that was destroyed, which was upon the face of the ground, both man and cattle and the creeping things and the fowls of the heavens, and they were destroyed from the earth. And Noah only remained alive, and they that were with him in the ark. And the waters prevailed upon the earth 150 days. Chapter 8, our last chapter for the day. And Elohim blessed Noah and every living thing and all cattle that was with him and in the ark. And Elohim made a wind to pass over the earth, and the water assuaged. And the fountain also of the deep and the windows, the fountains also of the deep and the windows of heaven were stopped, and the rain from heaven was restrained, and the waters returned from off the earth continually. And after the end of the 150 days, the waters were abated, and the ark rested in the 7th month on the 17th day of the month upon the mountain of Ararat, and the waters decreased continually until the 10th month. In the 10th month, on the first day of the month, there were the tops of the mountains seen. And it came to pass in the end of the 40 days that Noah opened the window of the ark which he had made, and sent forth a raven which went forth to and fro until the waters were dried up from off the earth. And he also sent forth a dove from him to see if the waters were abated from off the face of the ground. And the dove found no rest for the sole of her foot. And she returned unto him into the ark, for the waters were on the face of the whole earth. Then he put forth his hand and took her and put her in unto him into the ark. And he stayed yet another and he stayed yet other 7 days. And again he sent forth the dove out of the ark. And the dove came into him in the evening, and lo, in her mouth was an olive leaf plucked off. So Noah knew that the waters were abated of the earth. And he stayed yet over other 7 days, and sent forth the dove, which returned not again unto him. And it came to pass in the 601st year, in the first month, and the first day of the month, and the waters were dried up from off the earth. And Noah removed the covering of the ark, and looked, and behold, the face of the ground was dry. And in the second month, on the 27th day of the month, was the earth dried. And Elohim spake unto Noah, saying, Go forth of the ark, you and the woman and your sons women with you. Bring with you every living thing that is with you, of all flesh, both of fowls and of cattle, and of every creeping things that creeps upon the earth, that they may breed abundantly in the earth, and be fruitful and multiply upon the earth. And Noah went forth, and the sons and his woman and the sons' women with him, every beast and every creeping things and every fowls, and whatsoever creeps upon the earth after their kind, and went forth out of the ark. Verse 20. And Noah built an altar unto Yahuwah, and took every clean beast and of every clean fowl, and offered ascending smoke offering on the altar. Now I want you to observe this. He said this clearly, that Yahuwah never asked Noah to send him offering, but Noah, in his own mind, understand the level of gratitude. He went there to offer clean offering unto Yahuwah. And what happened? Verse 21. And Yahuwah smelled a sweet savour, and Yahuwah said in his heart, I will not again curse the ground anymore for man's sake, for the foundation of man's heart is evil from his youth. Neither will I again smite anything living, smite anymore everything living as I have done, while the earth remains, seed times and harvest, and cold and heat, and summer and winter, and day and night shall not cease. If you observe in that verse 21, Yahweh says something. I will not again curse the ground anymore for man's sake. That's to tell you that after Noah actually made the sacrifice unto Yahuwah, the curse that Yahuwah placed upon Adam, that said that I cursed the ground on your behalf, Yahuwah, for that singular act of offering by Noah, he said that he will no longer curse the ground anymore for the sake of man. To prove to you that at the time of Noah, the offering that Noah made had made Yah cease the curse upon the ground against man. That is why today we can have gold out of this ground. We can have diamond out of this ground. We can have crude oil out of this ground. We can have different natural resources out of this ground. So with this, we make it a wrap for today's episode. Here's where we see ourselves tomorrow to continue with another 4 chapters on this program, Daily Tonic in the Word. I remain your humble brother and your ark, Daniel, Fiercing Lion, Yasharala. And with that, I say shalom and bye for now.